presidents-elect.
Yeah.
So then you look at John McCain's medical history, what we know of it. It's just unbelievable because this guy, he had to show some of his medical papers to a little pool of reporters, and he had 400 pages of medical records just between...
That's a novel in itself.
2000 and 2008. In 8 years, 400 pages. And then I found a figure that when he first ran for president in 1998, he pulled out like all his medical records. Are you ready for this? 1,500 pages of medical and psychiatric records. You know, so there's a lot of reasons we know and we don't know, but this guy's seeing a lot of doctors.
Does this date back to childbirth?
I get a checkup every 2 weeks. You don't know how many times I had to turn my head and cough.
Seriously, that is...
Yeah, it's, well, let's face it, he claims he has all kind of wounds from his stay at the Hanoi Hilton, and then he has this reoccurring cancer, skin cancer.
He does indeed, and, you know, one of the most interesting facts I found that I just love telling people this, because nobody knows it but me, because it was published on the same day as the economic crash when he suspended his campaign and all of that.
Yeah.
But it was reported in Us magazine that he hired the makeup artist that does American Idol, and So You Think You Can Dance, and he paid her over $5,500 to make him up for the debate.
Oh my God, that's worse than John Edwards doing his hair.
It's like
John Edwards, what did he spend? $400 on a haircut?
On a haircut.
I mean, damn. And what do you do for $5,500?
Well, it's trying to make a cadaver look alive, isn't it? Basically, with John McCain,
it's Clayface.
Yeah, Clayface. I think that's right. You know, and then I knew that, looked at him on the debate, and he looked like one of those old-fashioned, I mean, I'm 60, I'm talking about back in my day, those old-fashioned, you know, what they called then flesh-colored, sort of fat baby dolls that you had that didn't do anything but you moved their arms and legs.
Yeah.
He had that kind of head.
Maybe they're trying to fill in the craters on his neck, too.
I think that's exactly what they were doing.
Wow. Well, that's a little... I understand you want to look your best, but that's a little vain, unless nobody's ever really seen a picture of him without makeup. I wonder what kind of horror that is.
Well, you know, for this last debate, I heard he's going to go through Industrial Light and Magic.
Yeah. Well, you know, if he had something to offer, you wouldn't care what he looked like.
No, you wouldn't.
If he had something to offer, but, you know, this man is bouncing. Here's my theory about Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
Here's my ultimate theory.
Okay.
And why I'm not despairing at getting a book out that's a voter's guide 2 weeks before the election, you know, that nobody knows about. My theory is that Sarah Palin is now the head of the Republican Party. And no matter what happens to John McCain in November, she's the head of the Republican Party.
So she will be the leading candidate 4 years from now.
Absolutely, without a question. You know, when you looked at that whole trying to get that bailout bill passed in Congress, you had, like, supposedly the head of the Republican Party should be the president. So he came out and he said, you guys, please vote for this for me. Nobody voted for it for him. And then you had all these congressional leaders. They're supposed to be the leaders of the party. They came out. They said, come on, we're all going to vote for this. Let's vote for that. Didn't vote for it. So then John McCain suspended his campaign, all except for the campaign, which he didn't suspend, and ran there to sort the whole thing out from his hotel room, and they didn't listen to him. There is nobody, you know, where is the center of the Republican Party now?
And it's going to be Sarah Palin?
Well, my theory is that Sarah Palin is the only happy Republican in the whole country.
She's drinking that Kool-Aid or something, so...
No, she's happy. Look, are you kidding? She just came off, you know, the tundra and is now a world figure.
That's right.
She's in the national spotlight.
Entertainment Tonight does a focus on her, right? She's beyond just a politician. She's a celeb.
She is a total... She's the biggest superstar, you know, that they've had since probably